Episode 9 of the 2019 New Esports pre-season interview series took us to Turner Park, where we caught up with the Cessnock City Hornets. A few players were happy to have a chat and share a few laughs ahead of what promises to be an interesting season at the Hornets. New coach Arthur Hodgetts was in the house with his assistant coach Mick Gatt. And then it's everybody's favourite segment, the Crossbar Challenge. Was the woodwork actually rattled this time? We'll find out. Episode 9 of the New Esports pre-season interview series. Alright, first up here at Cessnock we have Lachlan Hodgetts and Jayden Ziernik. How's things going, guys?
Pretty good so far. Can't complain.
Obviously had the Heritage Cup out here. Was that an interesting experience? Something different?
Yeah, I thought we could have done a lot better, but
Yeah.
it was probably a good wind-up start for our season.
Yeah.
A few new blokes in the team too.
Yeah.
Gave us an opportunity to gel, I suppose.
Yeah.
Figure out a few things as well, positions and whatnot. Wasn't good.
Results-wise, it was probably a little bit disappointing not to go a bit further, especially losing to Western in the local game.
Yeah, that was. I used to play for Western, and I hated losing that game, but they had a good squad. They moved the ball quite well. We took some positives away from it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Good eye opener, that's for sure. I thought we would probably come back into that game. Actually, it was 2-1.
Yeah. I've heard you've had a couple of injuries so far in the squad.
Yeah, we're pretty short. It's not a good spot to be in before the season even kicks off. So
Yeah,
the short turnaround in recent weeks, especially 2 games in the last 3 days. Sorry, week just gone. It's definitely hurt us a bit.
Yeah.
Star players have gone down to be injured, but hopefully it's nothing too serious with them.
doesn't seem like Arthur's taking it easy on you guys.
Well, he's here to get results, so
It's
definitely pushing us.
Yeah, no, fair enough. The Kaiba game on Tuesday night obviously would have been a tough outing. Did it go wrong defensively? I think there was 5 goals conceded there. Is that something you sort of have to stamp out before the season? Or?
Well, to be honest, yes, we did lose 5-2.
Yeah.
They scored 3 quick counter-attacking goals where they just slipped to me through.
Yeah.
We play great football, and to be honest, they played a lot of long balls. They caught us out. Just miscommunication on the back there, so you probably say defensive slip-ups, but that's what it was, long balls through.
You'll get used to the long ball in this competition.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all some teams have. You're looking forward to round 1, obviously. I'm trying to think who you're playing. It's New Lantern. Is that here?
Yeah, it is here.
Okay, well, that's a test in itself. You don't really know what to expect from that.
No, we saw them play Heritage Cup there round 1, and it weren't too bad at all. So I'm looking forward to it, that's for sure.
Yeah. It'd be good to probably come up against a few ex-NBL guys in that setup, and there's a fair few around the league now dropping down from the 20s in the NBL.
Especially New Lantern, first round, one of my best mates from Amsterdam, just gone, Isaac Terry.
Yeah.
So good, put some past him.
Probably their first choice goalkeeper in round 1.
Oh, definitely.
Always tough juggling 3 goalkeepers. Is it good having 2 quality keepers here in Jed and obviously Jackson?
Yeah, Jed's a good keeper. I've known him for a lot of years, and he just gets better and better. So,
yeah,
they're competing against each other too, so it's constant, fighting for the spot and pushing each other to improve. It's good. It's good to see.
Yeah, talking about that, the 23s won on Tuesday night, which was a good result. Is there strong depth? I guess I can't say stronger for you guys in the club, but is there strong depth here?
From what I've seen, the 19s aren't too bad either.
Yeah.
And there was a large amount of 19s in that 23 squad on Tuesday night, so I think it's good depth there.
Yeah. You expecting any tough competition? Obviously, you wouldn't know too much about the league, but
I think Southie's going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Dino playing out there now.
Yeah. Got some good players coming in.
That's a pretty ridiculous play to have in this competition, but it's obviously got to hit the ground running. and start the season well, which is not something Cessnock's been known to do over the last few years. So the pressure, I guess, is there straight from the get-go.
We don't really see what we can do this year. Really feel like we're going to get Cessnock back in there.
Yeah.
A few big results straight up would definitely help us with that, and I think it's possible too. So
yeah,
definitely push for it.
So top 4,
Finals football.
It's great.
Yeah, definitely finals football.
Who'd be the funniest teammate here at the Hornets?
It's got to be Skip. It's got to be Skip. He's always here for a good laugh.
Yeah.
Even on the bench, he's keeping here for a non-stop dancer. So you can't really walk into a room with him there and not have a smile on your face or put your head in your hands. It's just he's just one of those blokes.
I was going to ask slowest teammate. This would probably be Skip again.
He's up there. He's definitely up there. Or Ander. No, he thinks he's pretty quick, but he'll probably slap me across the back of the head for that too. The old fella can get going, he's fast.
Least likely to score a goal, I think. I don't know, because Skip even scored it. I don't remember. I'm asking the cameras if the camera knows. Do any of you people know watching this? Skip?
Look, I know he keeps getting yardies here. He wants to crack up front, so you never know.
If there's more injuries, that might have to come to that.
No doubt.
Alright guys, all the very best for the season. Thanks for catching up.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Alright, next up we got the president? Club president, just all round legend around these parts.
Too many jobs.
Skip O'Hearn. Jakey Peters as well. How's things going, guys?
Yeah, good. Really good. Really good. Good to get into some football after a lot of training.
Yeah.
It's been tough going in the heat in the last couple of weeks, obviously, the weekends games and that kind of thing, but we got run around a bit with Western and then run around a bit with Kahaiba, but yeah, good to get into the football as opposed to chasing each other around the training parks.
Yeah.
The weather hasn't helped us. We've either had 40-degree heat or rain, so, but anyway, we're playing football. So.
Yeah. That's always fun. Yeah. Off the field, there's been a few changes, like probably putting a lot of hard yards behind the scenes as well this season, especially.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a turnover in the committee over the last couple of seasons. You've been around football long enough to know that sometimes football just wears people down, and they need a break from it, and that's the way we've been over the last couple of years. We've had a lot of people that have put a lot of hard work in over the years. Rob, the groundsman, Blue Bottle, Warren and Tracy, they've worked their guts out for the club, and it just wears thin eventually, and sometimes you just can't commit to 30 weekends a year, which it gets tougher as you get older and you've got kids and grandkids and stuff like that and other commitments. So we really appreciative of the efforts of everyone, and a lot of people stuck their hand up to come and help out, and so far it's been all hands on deck. No job too big or small for anyone. So that's the way we're looking at it, and obviously with the playing staff, the boys have been pretty handy in putting their hands up to solve a few problems for us as well. So it's been really good.
Yeah, I've heard injuries is a bit of an issue here already this year.
At the moment, probably went a bit too hard too early with the trial games. Not as in we've got too many, just probably didn't manage them as best as we could, giving guys rests here and there. Brady Williams looks like he's broken a bone in his foot at some point, and we've got a couple of other guys down with niggling injuries. So hopefully cotton wool before the start of the season, and see how we go from there.
You got New Lambton here round 1. Expecting them yet?
New Lambton were quite good in Heritage Cup, I thought. They knocked the ball around pretty well. It seems as though they haven't recruited big, but they've recruited where they needed to improve, which is smart management. So
Even since we got last year, they come good towards the end of the season. They were quite strong. At the start of the season, they probably weren't so much, but
down there in the catch-up game, they give first grade a lesson in the first half. So build on that, and they're a dangerous team, really dangerous team. But always good to start off at home. Gives you kind of a mental advantage, I think, going out onto your home turf for the first game of the season. It feels familiar, so if if we can play 20 games a year at this place, I'd be
You've obviously
really
spent a lot of time on this ground over the years.
Yeah. It's
I think he knows every blade of grass.
second home, so no place I'd rather be.
You close to the record, or
No. The record's about 490 games. That's Perth Leonard. So and he's a Socceroo, so a bit of a difference in
just a few more years?
well, a bit of a difference in level of football as well. So not only was he the record holder, but he was a lot better footballer than I'm ever going to hope to be. But proud to be up on the list where I am. It's kind of surreal going up the list in games and surpassing guys that I started watching when I was 6-year-old over at the sports ground where Big W is now. So you get to watch your heroes play and then grow up watching them play and then start playing yourself and then they come and watch you play. It's sort of it's a very humbling feeling. It really is. It's they're like, oh, you did well today, mate. And I remember being a 6-year-old kid watching those guys and going, oh, what a legend that guy is. So, it's quite humbling to get the guys that you looked up to coming and watching you every weekend, give you a pat on the back and a well done, mate. It's rewarding, really rewarding. So.
Is there a real target this year to sort of push for finals?
Oh, absolutely. I've said to guys down there, especially the young boys, I've said if you're not aiming to play first grade, you're wasting your time. And if you're not aiming to play finals football, you're wasting your time. Anyone can go and have a kick and giggle with their mates. We're serious about football here. That's why we push so hard. The same standards for everyone from life members to a 15-year-old kid, and no one gets out of the tough work. So finals football for all three teams is the goal. Sometimes fate can intervene, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We've definitely got to be hitting those kind of targets.
You agree on that?
Yeah, 100%. I thought we come close last year. 23s had a real good crack and done really well. And how tight the competition was for first grade, like a couple of little results here or there, pick a point up or two and it could have been a different story. But everyone's had the same opinion out there. They all striving to make the semi-finals and see how we go. So,
You look at last year's comp. Our top scorer, I think, was Kane Rogers, was it?
Yeah,
it was 6.
We
had 3 other guys on 5, and you look at Cooks Hill, they got guys on 15, 18, 20. So there's the difference there between 3 points and a point or a loss. So that's where we've got to tighten up. Obviously, we were a pretty good defensive side in both grades. So got to tighten up and hit the net more.
You're not going to put your hand up for that?
I was going to say you might go up front.
We're relying on me. We're relying on me for goals.
That you were going to go up front. That's the rumour.
We're relying on me for goals. We're in deep trouble, mate. Set pieces maybe, but as in off corners and that, I don't mind having a jump around. But as far as goals, I'm more likely to hit the trees over the back than I am the net, mate.
At least hopefully the ball won't go over the fence with those trees there. Who'd be the funniest teammate? Both the guys at this. Here said you.
It's got to be.
We have a good laugh around here. All the boys are quite liberal in handing out sledges on each other. Isaac Peake is the biggest pest I've ever met. The worst thing I ever did was give him my phone number. Isaac Peake's pretty good. Obviously, Luke Geipel's been hanging around the boys for a while, and
it's a shame. I don't think he's here tonight.
Luke is
he
just
really wanted to do this interview tonight.
Luke is one of those guys that he's 50% funny because of what he's saying, but also 50% funny because you don't know what he said. You have to ask him again. So, but Luke's good for a bit of banner. But all the boys get in and have a crack. Young Kingy, 23s. Him and Blandy aren't really that sharp a pencil, so most of the stuff coming out of their mouth gives the boys a bit of a giggle. But overall I'd say Pookie's just a pest because he just doesn't leave you alone. So.
I'll ask, is there any retort to what Jayden said in his...
I noticed Jed's been making a Facebook campaign of it. He's been angry reacting to all the Hornets posts.
I haven't noticed.
He's been angry reacting to all them, and he made it quite clear that he'd come from a lesser club. But I'd love to get into a Facebook war with Jed, but
As president, I don't think.
No, Jed's a pretty good guy. If we were to be rude, we'd say the only contribution he made in his 6 games last year was when he brought the sausages for our barbecue. But that'd be cruel, so we won't do that.
Yeah.
It's not easy for him. He's a giant freak. Should be at the zoo, but they let him run around on the soccer pitch, so he makes himself feel better by having a bit of a laugh with the lads. And we certainly had that with Jed, so no grudges held until we see him, of course.
Yeah.
So
always a good game, Cessnock and Portland.
yes. Two similar clubs, I think. I think in terms of footballing talent, they're probably a step above us.
Yeah.
They play a bit better footy, whereas we battle at times. But as far as physicality, as far as a supporter base and a hard-working committee, I think there's similarities there that probably bring both clubs together and make it such a good game. It's you certainly know you've earned your points if you take any away from those guys, and they're probably thinking the same. So.
Yeah. So what would be the goal this year? Definitely to push the finals football.
Yeah, 100%. I said after the semi-finals last year to the 23s boys that I couldn't finish knowing that Cooks Hill rolled us over the 2 semis, but over the 4 games for the year there was a win each and 2 draws, and I couldn't finish saying no, they done us, I'm happy to retire on that note. And the boys kept pestering and okay, I'll have one more run. Come to a couple of training sessions and started to feel good. And the sides we've put out in 23 so far this year, I've been the only overage player.
Yeah.
So that tells you how big a youth influx we've had. Brad has come in as the 19s coach and almost probably a 60% turnover in players.
Yeah.
Some of those guys have come up to us, so we've had a big refresh, and I think it's hard for a club to survive a big refresh like that without some stability around. Obviously, senior guys like me and Jake and Greg and Brad, and you need that kind of stability to keep the kids on task, kind of thing. So it's I was intending to retire. I had some heated conversations with my wife, and she was unhappy, but she understood that she didn't want me sitting at home every Saturday going, I should have been at soccer or something like that. So
you'd be one of those guys who'd come to watch the game. You couldn't do it because you want to be out there.
I must say thank you to my wife, because she understood that I wanted to have one more crack and run around with the boys again one more time. Obviously, I spent a lot of time with Jake over the years, and a lot of the boys here, I've seen them since 13-year-old when they come into juniors kind of thing. So. It's not something that you can plan. Your body says when you've had enough. Your brain will tell you, nah, we're still going. But I felt I owed it to the boys to give it maybe one more crack and try and make the transition smoother for a lot of those young kids. Because I remember what it was like when I jumped straight into grade at 17, and it can be quite daunting if you haven't got someone there to calm you down and push you around. Yeah, obviously. So, looking forward to it. We're really looking forward to it. It's the last hurrah. We won't call it the Johnny Farnham because I'm definitely retiring. So,
maybe you can win a championship. Maybe get a statue built.
Maybe. We'll see. We get statues put up here. There'll be 4 or 5 guys I'll be pushing whose name need to go on the statue before me, mate. I'm happy just to
You'd be happy to take a bench.
Come here and enjoy the footy, mate. They can write my name on the crossbar or something. So.
All right.
Thanks very much, Ty.
All the best for the season.
Cheers.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we have 2 players. I should know who's up. Greg Anderson, Greg York. Got that right.
It's a start, mate. It's a start.
2 of the, the senior lads at this club now.
Yeah. Always have been a senior for a while. But no, Yorkie's what is he? He's over the 21 age bracket, so he's classed as a senior up here now. So it's reasonably young squad. So it's it's been good, mate. And that's been good. It's, sort of kept a lot of the guys from last year, and there's a couple moved on for their own reasons. But the core of the group have sort of stayed together, and we've got a couple of young guys come on board, as you've probably already seen. So It's been a sort of building through pre-season, and obviously we've got 2 weeks to go, and that's the sort of emphasis on pre-season in my eyes is, your results can be varied and you don't think too much of them in pre-season. You're just purely trying to get the miles in the legs and work on a few things. But as I said, 2.5 weeks, that's when you start really sort of playing for points, and that's when it matters. So.
Yeah. Obviously, last hit out against Kahibah is probably not the best sort of result, given it doesn't really matter in pre-season, but you definitely want to be at your best in round 1, and that would have been a learning process for a few players.
Yeah, I think it was, mate. Brad was actually out injured that game, so it's obviously you miss that senior player in the middle of the park. So it's obviously going to take its toll on a couple of young guys to get thrown in there to get a few minutes and sort of see how they cope with first grade. And in all honesty, mate, Kahibah, I said a little sort of couple of words of gumps after the game. Compared to last year, they're actually whatever they're doing over there, whether it be the running they're doing before they've got a lot of ball, but they're looking fairly sharp for this early in the season, so I think they will actually surprise a few teams. Got a couple of good guys there and a couple of youngsters that sort of had that first grade introduction last year, and obviously they've got confidence to sort of want to be on the ball a lot more, and the physicality, they're sort of used to it after last year. So
it was obvious.
Yeah, it was very obvious that sort of the guys that were in their second year and have been in there for a while, just the physicality was the sort of main difference I noticed out of Kahibah. And a couple of young guys have definitely stepped up, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, talking about sides like that, New Lambton in round 1, they're similar sort of setup with a lot of young guys and I guess a fresh look heading into the new year.
It's sort of, there's a lot of guys, obviously they were active like a lot of teams on social media there, and they have signed a lot of young kids, but as I said last year in these same interviews, a lot of the guys, like being through the NPL for so long, a lot of the guys I don't really hear of until you sort of start playing them when they come through. So they're obviously half decent if they're getting signed on as first grade sort of squad members and then scoring goals in pre-season. So they've obviously got a knack for sort of getting amongst the first grade sort of games.
That energy that they bring to it and whatnot, it's going to be a good test. So.
Yeah. You obviously work on the 19s as well. How's that looking so far?
Yeah, look, it's
I
good,
seen
mate.
The squad list. So
Keeping that one a secret, mate. Nah, but look, it's going really good. It's a new experience for me. I'm really enjoying it. So obviously the past 3 or 4 years I've been working with the youth down with Latin Quarry and MPL and whatnot, and got approached to come and do the 19s and whatnot, and it just made sense for me as well, living in the area, playing for the club and whatnot. I'm sure, as you'd be aware, our main position we've struggled for has been a goalkeeper. We've finally got one. It seems to be the position to fill at the moment.
If I had one more person message about a goalkeeper, I was going to throw my laptop out the window. There was
mate, I don't blame you, but I did not think that a goalkeeper would have been one of the positions I would have struggled to fill. But in saying that, I've got the position covered now, and look, I'm very happy with the squad. They're a young squad. A lot of them are only 17 this year. I'm purely looking for the team, not just for this year, but for the next couple of years, and obviously the goal to push them through into 23s. And look, if I can get a couple standing by on the bench for first grade, I think for me especially, that's a tick of the box for me. But obviously I want to get the results as well. Obviously I'm not expecting miracles to happen. The boys are going to have to work really hard to get the points. But I think it's going to be in all honesty a learning curve for me as well. But it's one that I'm really excited and really keen to get involved and be a part of.
I can just see you itching for something there. I'm going to ask you something here. I'm going to ask you, what's your opinion on Jayden this pre-season and his comments in the Fortin video? And I think Skip's noticed him angry reacting to everything Cessnock posts on Facebook.
No, I think that's the sort of guy that big jet he is, he sort of likes to ruffle a few feathers. You only have to look at the little interview that he'd done with us last year and bagged every club out and sort of made the comment about Wandy and his apparent stepchildren with the red hair, mate. But it's just the guy he is, and at the end of the day, it's all part of banter. There's no malice about it, and it's actually good for him to sort of realise he is only a 23s keeper, and if he goes to another club, that's all he's going to get anyway. So I'm happy with that. And just for a heads up with Thornton, with a couple of music festivals coming up, just be careful he doesn't come charged out of his box to get a straight red card on purpose to attend the music festival next week. So
they've already got enough problems with music festivals before.
Well, add him to the list because he's a dead set shoe in to be missing one.
Yeah.
No, he's a good lad. He is a good lad.
He means well. It's just the like Greg said, he likes to ruffle a few feathers. You know, I don't take anything personal. He's just in it for the laugh, and good luck to him.
Yeah. On that note, I'll ask who's the funniest teammate here at Cessnock.
Would you call him a teammate or would you call him a coach now?
I don't know, mate. To be honest,
It'd have to be a shoe in between probably for me, Peaky, and our new 14s coach in Luke Geipel, I reckon.
Yeah, so if you're looking club-wise, Big Daddy Gipp is definitely up there for the Bannery throws round, but...
He said to me you were going to Fort, and then you were going to Westie, then you were going to Singleton, then you were going to here, there, and I just got a message every day saying Greg Anderson's on the move.
Oh, mate.
He never would.
I think he was just listing places with all the best kebab shops, to be honest.
No, he means well, mate, but it's, in all honesty, it was a big decision, sort of leading into Christmas, and was very unsure with a lot of stuff going on at the club with Slady moving on, and obviously Slady had a very good relationship with all the first grade and senior squad last year, so it was only natural for him to be moving on to just generally keep in touch with him because he's a great guy. And mate, I've got a young family and live up at Maitland and base myself for work at Cessnock, so West Wallsend's always going to be a hard trip. And then the only other option, mate, was Thornton, and that's as much as you put in your little report, there was a heavy rumour, and I'm not going to lie, it was, but it wasn't until we had our presentation night, and as I said, the core group has sort of stayed here, and that was the main reason why I stayed on board. Last year was probably one of the most enjoyable years I've had with him, probably the last 5 or 6 years, and that was the main reason why I come back.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah. Do you enjoy that extra sort of challenge and I guess leadership amongst what is a pretty young squad?
Yeah, I think so, mate. But where you say a challenge, it's more of a responsibility than a challenge. So a challenge would see something that's going to be very difficult, and you sort of got to try to think of things to overcome it. But responsibility I see with it is, because I've been around for so long in the NPL system, it's just easy to sort of adapt with young kids coming through. It's just natural, that's how it works in NPL. And to become a squad member and try not to separate yourself as just the leader or anything like that, it makes the actual squad gel a lot quicker. Like we've got 3 or 4 sort of new, call them senior squad members, first grade members that have gelled, and some of them are only been here for probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, and they're pretty much a part of the group like it was last year. So you sort of you don't really put yourself as a leader, so to speak, as long as you sort of make sure everything's going well and everyone's getting along. You sort of don't try to sort of assert your authority too much as a captain or as a senior squad. You do it when you need to, but it's just making sure everything runs smoothly. And Brad's in the same boat. He's class, as I said, he's classed as a senior squad member now, and we've got a senior crew there that's if things are lacking at training, we know when to sort of turn the tempo on and turn the switch on. So but we make it as enjoyable as we can, and we all like to work hard, so it's a healthy balance up here. So
it makes it easier when they're young, keen, and want to learn as well. You know, I don't think, I can honestly say I don't think we've got much of a case of egos or people coming in with demands. Everyone that's a part of this club and squad all have the best intentions and all play for the badge on the shirt, and can only admire that and work with it.
Obviously it would have been a bit different changing into a new coach. It's sort of I guess having been joining under Arthur, like different. I guess it'd be different to Slade in a few different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coaches are different.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to ever find a coach or two coaches the same. That's the sort of unique thing about coaches, sort of going from club to club or stepping up into the senior ranks or going down. And it's just the transition that sort of the squad has to make. It's something that coaches are always going to come with their own philosophies and their own sort of ways they do training. They've got their own thoughts on how they want to play. Not every single team in the comp is going to be playing the same formation, as simple as that. So you've got a coach that's come up, as I said, very, very similar to Brendan. His first year here, it's a first grade gig. So yeah, it's obviously going to take a little bit to sort of get things worked out. As I said previously, like the result against Gatt the other night was obviously not ideal, but as a young team and a first grade team that's got a new coach, well, you pick a few things out of that you want to work on, and make sure they are shored up. Call it 2 weeks, you can call it 6 or 8 weeks, because you only have to look at Bellswans last year. They were very much down the bottom there and were looking like they were really going to struggle, and then come home with a massive wet sail, and then they took the trophy. So you talk of the importance of round one of sort of getting off to a good start. Yes, it's great, but it's not essential. At the end of the day, like we looked at our pre-season last year, we had mixed results, and then we were unbeaten and sitting in third spot before round 5 in the bye, and that was our sort of Achilles heel. We went downhill from there. So you just got to take it as it comes. And no, it's a good atmosphere out here. We're getting pushed in different ways compared to last year. And it's a simple thing that as senior players and young guys coming through, you've just got to adapt to that and pretty much realise that is first grade football, and do it as a club, not even a team. Do it as a club, because we've got a couple of 19s been training with us as well. So just the introduction of getting everyone together and doing the same sort of stuff, doing the same drills, and then we split and play against each other, and it's that's been quite good.
Yeah. So you'd be aiming for the top 4 this year? Is that
I think
too early, probably.
I think it is too early to say that, and I think that comes with a lot of teams this year, especially mentioning Gatt, like they were very inconsistent last year.
I think Toronto's going to surprise a few as well, and I think for us, the most ideal thing for us and our focus is you always want to improve on the last season. So I can't even remember what we finished. Obviously, it wasn't ideal. So, the way I look at it, and, the way I'd like to see the season pan out is, obviously we want to improve on last year's results and whatnot, and obviously the consistency will be key for that. And I think, like Greg's been saying, I think it will fall down to new coach, us players as well. We might have to pull on some of our experience and whatnot. I know a case of last year for us, it was trying to actually close out games and try and we'd get a goal or two and either make it to half time and not come out of the sheds in the second half, and that's just a young mentality. It takes years to get used to that and to get out of the sheds and whatnot, and hopefully another year with the core, and hopefully we've been able to learn from that a bit, and hopefully this year we can look to find a bit more consistency in getting those results.
All right. I wish you all the very best in doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Last interview of the night here at Cessnock. We have the head coach Arthur Hodgetts. We have assistant Mick Gatt. How's things going, guys, so far?
Yes, we get there. Yeah. The club was a bit upside down when we come in.
Yeah.
Everything's turned and it's heading in the right direction. Boys are starting to gel. Things are starting to happen. Some not so good results, but I don't think that's any depletion on how they've been playing. I think they've been knocking it around pretty well.
Yeah.
We're heading in the right direction, so we're just going to keep going down that path and see where we end up.
Yeah. You've had a couple of injuries so far. Is that probably...
Yeah, it's the
Mate, I
nice
looked
way.
I looked at my bench. I looked at my bench Tuesday night, and all I saw was ice bags.
Yeah.
I put the president out at left wing, who's normally a centre back, because I just cleared the bench.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a few injuries. That's a bit of a concern, but
That's football.
That's football.
Yeah.
Life as a coach, we just got to deal with that and move on.
We're working through
We've
it.
got some good 23s, mate. We can bring through, and with any luck, they'll do the job for us.
Yeah. Even depth-wise, like the 19s, Brad was just saying they're looking pretty good this year. Like, it seems to be a pretty strong club. Like, so far, like, everyone's keen to get down and get the work ahead of round one.
Mate, the boys are serious. This is my first year. It's my debut year as a first grade coach. I personally believe I couldn't have come to a better spot.
Yeah.
Guys are great, staff's great, the whole club's turned around. Yeah, everything's looking positive. It's a lot better place to be than what it has been for the last couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd agree with that?
Definitely. We're all working hard. We've all got this right attitude. All the boys, the club, the committee.
Yeah.
So we're all gunning for bigger options.
This
and
is
bigger
Skippy's
things.
big bib, by the way. Skip's bib.
So we're obviously looking at exciting times for the club moving forward. So we're
Yeah.
getting there.
Well, actually, I lied. Skip's bib would be inside.
Yeah, it'd be back to front.
I was just saying, if you win the grand final this year, I want a Skip statue at the entrance to the ground.
Mate, he'd have it mounted in the main street at Cessnock. So we'll see if we can do that for him anyway.
Yeah, I think
sure.
he's getting to that point, bit of a legend around these parts.
Mate, over 400 games for the club. He's a club president, he's a club captain.
Yeah, you don't see that much these days anymore. Do you?
Mate, his
400
father,
games.
his father spent many years at this club.
Yeah,
So it's a legacy for the old Hearns.
yeah. You're looking at building straight from the get-go, like round one. Greg Anderson just said it's not all about hitting the ground running like Bell Swans last year. They started slowly. I guess it's not, like, the pressure's not, you don't have to win in round one, but you'd want to have a good start in your first game as coach at Turner Park.
I want to be competitive, yeah. We don't have to go out and smash every game.
Yeah.
But to hit the park competitive, I'd be happy with that. If we win some games, it's even better.
Yeah. You agree with that?
Oh, definitely, most definitely.
What are you finding, like, is the group, responding well so far? Like, obviously, this would be a new experience for you, working with a first grade team, obviously.
Yeah, well this year I'm allowed to use 4-letter words for the first time.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, isn't it?
16-year-olds.
I was a bit worried about Josh Ruffo going to coach under 16s this year at Lakes. I don't know how that's going, but...
Yeah. Last few years with the youth, I might have thought it, but I wasn't allowed to use it.
Yeah.
This year they just give it back to me, so it's and then plus some.
Yeah, so it's probably worse. Heritage Cup, that would have been an interesting experience for you, playing in that sort of competition this time of year?
Yeah, look, I brought the team back mid-January.
Yeah.
Had planned a six week cycle leading into our first round.
Yeah.
Then Northern moved everything forward a month,
Yeah.
which the boys had not even played a competitive game. They hadn't played a game or really even played together
Yeah.
until that first round of Heritage Cup. So, yeah, they're building, they're doing well.
Yeah. Obviously, would be some lessons learned in those games, and the recent one against Cahiba, a couple of other hit-outs as well. Like, the team's learning every week.
That's why we play trials here.
Yeah.
That's why we play trials. Just to try different combinations, see what's working, see what's not working.
Skip on the left hand, on the left wing didn't work.
I had him in midfield there a couple of games ago as well. Mate, like I said, 400 games, and mate, if Skip can't play every position on that field, give me a set of gloves, he'll be in between the sticks. No, forget that. I've seen him in between the sticks. Don't do that one.
Yeah. I was just asking the guys what their thoughts were on ex-goalkeeper Ziernik. You probably would have seen, maybe caught the interview with him.
Yep.
Is it good to sort of have that banner between clubs and, in this competition that it's a bit, the NPL, you don't sort of get that as much as a few of the clubs that are happy to slide
I'm really good with banter. I think it's a healthy thing.
Yeah.
Slander and so forth. There's no place for it.
Yeah.
Don't need it. So yeah, banter. Yeah, come to Cessnock, mate. You got to be used to it.
Exactly right.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
From everyone.
I'll ask you, who's probably the funniest guy in the group so far?
Have you ever seen the bench during a first grade game when Skip's sitting on the bench?
Yeah, exactly right. It doesn't
The coach
stop.
just starts rolling around instead of watching the game. Yeah, it has to be Skip.
Fly long way.
Absolutely.
Playing the water boy role.
And physio and everything else in between.
Which he was really good at. I was impressed when he put Antonio's shoulder back in.
Yeah.
I didn't like the sound it made, but
It went back in.
I don't know where to go from there. How is Antonio going? Is he? I heard he's not.
yeah, he wasn't 100% the other night.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some scans and stuff on his shoulder and see where he's going.
Yeah.
With any luck, it's we won't need surgery or anything.
Yeah.
But we won't see Antonio until he's good to go.
Always a good character to watch up front. Crossbar challenge coming up apparently. That's what I'm hearing. The boys want to do it.
Skip told me
Yeah.
he can hit him from anywhere on the park.
No one's hit it yet. Do you reckon you gonna have any bets on who might hit it, or do you want to go out there and have a go? No.
Only if I can do it from the 6, mate. I'd probably do a hammy if I tried to drop it from halfway.
We can't have that at this stage of the season.
No, just another injury to the long
Exactly,
wrist.
we'll just join onto the players.
Are you one of those coaches who'll do the long run and the knee slide in the corner, or the Jayden Klopp style?
No, I'm broken, mate. I'm broken. Reason I'm not playing all age, mate, so I've got flogged out knees and I can't. It'd be a limp hop, oh, fall down. That's about all it'd be.
I'll quickly touch on the committee here. Obviously, they've had a bit of a changeover. The work that these guys put in behind the scene, it'd be highly appreciated by the coaching staff, no doubt.
Oh, most definitely. The change of committee's been a great thing this year.
Yeah.
So,
And the task in front of them was immense.
Yeah.
Last few years, a lot's been left to elapse, and they're having to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
They're hoping to get it finalised so they can settle down and enjoy the season.
that's exactly right.
Hopefully they can get up in the VIP box and watch a few Hornets wins.
That's it.
That's it. Hope I can watch a couple of Hornets wins.
Oh, there wasn't many for a couple of years there, but last year was a decent building block, and from what I've heard from the players tonight, they're very excited about this season.
Yeah, look, it's basically the same lineup.
Yep.
We've picked up a few boys, Lofty, Tudor, not Tuna, Tudor. There's a story to that. And Antonio.
Yep.
I've got Benny Priest playing on the right wing, who he believes he's a midfielder, but he's playing first grade and he's doing a great job for us out there.
Yeah.
Joshy Treasure, the shortest player that you'll ever meet, but also one of the most skillful. So
I don't know. They used to have a player, Wee Man, used to play here a few years ago. I don't know if you ever watched the Hornets play. He
every year he comes back in trials for the side.
Holding
Every year
like
I
a
say
lion.
thank you very much, wee man. But no, he's good value, wee man.
Yeah.
He's playing all age actually for the all age Hornet side.
Oh, is he? I thought he was down at Ep.9 with the world famous Rams.
No, I think they've registered an all age and a women's side under the Hornets banner. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah. They're keen. I guess last thing I'll ask you, keen to sort of bring the whole club together and get a lot of the youth sides here to watch first grade and hopefully create a real positive vibe here at Cessnock this year.
We've got plans of a few different programs.
Yeah.
Involving the youth, getting them in game day, getting them in the sheds, although possibly pre-game, because the halftime talk and might end up a bit vocal, and at the end of the game where you got naked men walking around in there, you don't want to see that. So probably pre-game, get him in the sheds.
Don't want Skip going too crazy. He loves singing the song Old Skip.
Yeah, no, well, it's always that speak I'm worried about. Good on you, Peaky. But no, yeah, we've got a few programs going, and we youth is the future of any club, and we're trying to improve the youth here. It's very, very difficult. There are 3 clubs that are drawing from this area. One of them's an NPL club, and actually 2 of them are, Maitland included.
Yeah.
So getting the youth here is a little bit difficult, but we're hoping to put some really good programs in place. So we're going to build on that in the future.
Employing Luke Gleichels is a good start.
If you can understand Luke. Yes.
I still remember the day at Singleton he invited me back to the game for a drink at the tub. And I was like, the what? He said the tub, not the pub. No, the tub.
Yeah, that's Geipel at his best.
No. It probably was the tub. The boys probably had a bathtub full of ice, and then you'd never get skip out of it.
We'll leave it there. I wish you all the very best for the season.
Thank you.
Thanks for catching up, and see you soon.
Absolutely.
I'll do that again, not beforehand.
Okay, thank you.
Off to the Crossbar Challenge.
That's it.
Ball on the weekend. You right, bro? It's still fucking right.
Skipper, defender.
What do we got to say? Oh, yeah, that's domination. Go and fetch your ball. We don't have that many. What's your intro, babe? Colour. Whoever's got a ball, go. Yeah, mate. Benny, you got to talk to the camera, mate.
Oh, I'll shake that.
That's on camera, too. We're looking good. We are looking real left-footed. We haven't got all night, mate. I'm going left-footer. Star signing. That actually had the distance at least. Wait, are we worse than everyone else or what? Can we turn the camera off for mine? Oh, Jezza! Whoa, Bell Spawn! Bell Spawn! Can we open that? He's put it in there, mate. Tune up for the win. Oh, I don't know. Oh! Tune up! He's definitely not playing. Here we go. Yeah, Josh Treasure. Oh, no. Go on, Tresh. Go on, Tresh. You can get that far. Someone give me a proper ball. Knuckle ball. Knuckle ball. I think that's 3 metres, eh? Yeah, too far, Gregor. Oh! Lazy stroke. This is, yeah, it's the cut. There's the cut. That's got to be the cut. Wait, I reckon Jayden will get it. Which is fun. Oh, hang on. I guess Mick only run over these games. The lefty. No, who's? Oh man, you're hey, right, let me have another one. What's someone going to do? The worst kick you've got. Hey! Got him. Oh! Hey, that's the closest one I've seen so far. Do you not see Skip? Good, Skip's good. Hang on. Oh, Matty Ring! Oh! Garrett. Go next, please.
Your name's Ed.
Oh, keeper, check down.
His name's Ed.
Who is it? Who is this guy?
Yeah, it doesn't help him shoot.
Go on, Gaddy.
Go on, Gaddy.
Go on, Gaddy.
Who hasn't been? This will be the last one. We've got Johnny. Jerry, Tommy, Jerry.
That's the carton shot.
Johnny's still got to go yet.
I've got confidence in him, though.
Oh, Jayden.
What, left or right? Go on, Deary, the last one, mate. No. He's not 18, so he can't follow him. His dad can. Yeah, Gary's 18. That's close to a cut.
I don't know. He's going to have to pay on that.
Poor cunt's going to pay it.
Oh, he's a left footer.
That's us. We suck. That's all that.